Hello, my fellow readers. I, Dark Infinity 777, with a fan fiction reading. As always, I'll be leaving a link to the story in the description below. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, click on that bell for notifications, leave a comment in the comment section below and your thoughts on the video and any future fan fictions you want me to read or review, be there any stories or authors. I might as well say authors since I believe one of my subscribers actually recommended an author. And I couldn't really review any of her stories mainly because none of the stories are complete. I really only review completed stories, so my hands were tied with that one. So the story I'm doing a reading of, I meant to say, Welcome Foolish Tricksters is by the Purple Super Cow. It's miscellaneous movies and Nightmare Before Christmas. Now, before I get started, I want to talk about why I haven't done any fanfiction stuff. It's mainly due to my job. I've been having my hands full with the job. With a lot of stuff's been happening with my job recently. I'm not going to talk about them. And it's been eating up a lot of time because I've been constantly going into work. And everything's been and my schedule's been constantly changing again. So, and I'm lucky I was able to fully actually remember I had Spider-Man footage. I also have a couple new videos of Resident Evil Let's Play, so expect a video of that tomorrow or Wednesday. Also, I'm almost done with Monster Unit, Misc. I probably completely butchered that. My Lesbian Life with Monster Girls. I'm completely butchered that name. And I'm almost done with that story, so expect a review of that, depending on how fast I get it, probably tomorrow or Wednesday, depending on what happens. But this is just going to be a placeholder. So, this is a Nightmare Before Christmas crossover with miscellaneous. I don't know what miscellaneous movies it is. Maybe if is it Doctor Who? Is it a Doctor Who movie? I don't know, man. Let's get started. Welcome, foolish mortals. A disembodied voice rang out from the doorway. Kindly step inside. There's a chill in the air. The three children looked at each other, not out of fright, but excitement. Look alive. There's no turning back now. The three hurriedly ran inside the mansion, completely forgetting the reason they came. Soon after they entered, the door creaked as it closed, locking them in for the night. It was extremely dark in the hall, as the three walked, the same voice guiding them through the large house as if giving a tour. Welcome to the Haunted Mansion. I am your host, your ghost host. Oh, wait, what? Wait. Is this taking place on the Haunted Mansion, right? I'm guessing it's crossover with Haunted Mansion. Doesn't Haunted Mansion have a section? I'm pretty sure Haunted Mansion has a section. Let me check. Yeah, yeah, I was right. Okay, I was right. Haunted Mansion has a section. So why? Hold on, I'm kind of curious. Let's continue. Okay. Our tour begins in this gallery with the candles burned into life, where you see paintings of some of our guests in their corruptible mortal state. The three children looked at the paintings in awe. The only girl of the three looked intently at one, which depicted a woman simply holding an umbrella over her head. As she watched the frame and the painting inside appeared to stretch, details were added as it went. A skirt, ballet shoes, a tight rope over a pond of crocodiles. Your cadaverous pallor betrays an aura of foreboding, almost if you sense a disquieting metamorphosis. Indeed, she and her two companions have paled under their mask when the full details of each painting came to light. Is this haunted room actually stretching, or is it your imagination? And consider this dismaying observation. This chamber has no windows and no doors. The voice laughed at the three as they frantically searched to find the statement true. Which offers you this chilling challenge. to find a way out. It laughed evilly as the children huddled together. Of course, there's always my way. Lightning crashed, thunder clapped, and candles blew out as a scream pierced the air. It was just happenstance that the three were looking up to see a shadowy figure swinging from the ceiling above their heads. The children ran to a wall to get out from whatever that thing was, breathing heavily from the scare. One of the boys leaned on the wall only to find a narrow doorway where there wasn't one before. Excuse me, just had some Dr. Pepper. Oh, I didn't mean to frighten you prematurely. The real chills come later. Now, we can continue our little tour. The three went through the doorway to find a long hallway. One side had windows depicting a terrible storm was, in fact, getting worse. The other were more paintings. These paintings, instead of stretching, transformed. A woman lying on the couch turned into a cat monster. A man on a horse turned skeletal. A boat was suddenly caught up in a frightful storm. Wait. I just realized something. 3 kids. One's a... Wait. Are Lock, Shock, and Barrel the ones going to the mansion? I'm pretty sure they are. I just noticed that. It's a pretty cool feature. We have several prominent ghosts who have retired here from creepy old crypts all around the world. Actually, we have 999 happy haunts here, but there's room for 1,000. Any volunteers? The trio stopped in their tracks, each thinking that the other should go first. If you insist on lagging behind, you may not need to volunteer. All 3 shot forward, not noticing the statues of heads following their every move. The children all but ran down the hall, turning a corner, and came to an immediate stop. There seemed to be a rail of some sort. Look at one way it came out a dark hole. Look at one way it came out. One grammar error. It should say it came out of a dark hole in the wall. Let's continue. The best way to describe it would be an upright coffin that could sit 1, 2, or 3 in relative comfort. The carriage will carry you to the moldering sanctum of the spirit world. Will accommodate all 3 of you. Kindly watch your step as you board, please. The 3 sat in the carriage, immediately noticing a large ball running across the open cart. Do not pull down on the safety bar, please. I will lower it for you. And heed this warning. The spirits will materialize only if you remain quietly seated at all times. The bar lowered across their laps, successfully locking them in. The carriage started moving up a small incline, taking them who knows where. So wait. Is this Haunted Mansion the movie or Haunted Mansion the ride? Because it kind of felt like the movie at first. I knew there was a actual Haunted Mansion ride in Disney World, but I've never been on it. Mainly by the time I knew about it and actually got to Disney World, the ride was closed, so I don't know, or I think it was doing renovations. It was either closed or it was being renovated. So I don't know for sure if I went on the ride. I know I did it. God dang it. I hate drowning. We find it delightfully unlivable here in this ghostly retreat. The lights came on enough for them to see another hallway at the end, which a floating calabarim hovered in small circles. Every room has wall-to-wall creeps, and hot and cold running chills. Listen. Ghostly moans and shrieks were heard. They passed by a coffin, clearly laid out for a wake, trembling. All our ghosts have been dying to meet you. This one can hardly contain himself. A distinct was softly muffled was heard as they passed. Doors growled, seeming to breathe on their own, and a huge grandfather clock ran backwards. Unfortunately, they all seemed to have trouble getting through. That says excited, not exited. 2 grammar errors. They exited the hallway to come to a seance room. Perhaps Madame Leota can establish contact. All they could see at first was a large, high-backed chair, but they continued around to see the empty chair, but the crystal bar floating a few inches off the table wasn't. She has a remarkable head for materializing the disembodied. The voice trailed off as their transport came to a soft halt. Madame Leota's strong voice carried itself through the echoing chamber. Serpents and spiders, tail of rat, call in the spirits wherever they're at. Rap on a table, it's time to respond. Send us a message from somewhere beyond. Goblins and ghoulies from last Halloween, awaken the spirits with your tambourine. Add a comma right there. Creepies and crawlies toad in a pond, let their music from regions beyond. Witches and wizards and witches, wherever you dwell, give us a hint by ringing a bell. During her incantation, several objects flew from the shadows and danced around the table to her words. The happy hearts have received your sympathetic vibrations and are beginning to materialize. They're assembling for a swinging wake, and they'll be expecting me. I'll see you all a little later. With that, a cold lifted off the three that they didn't even know was there until just that moment, and the carriage continued onward. They came to a large ballroom. In the middle was a large table set up for a party in the blink of an eye. The table was filled with ghosts. An organ played morbidly in the corner. 2 or 3 ghosts were swinging from the chandelier, and the paintings on the back wall came alive, turned to each other, and shot his neighbor's hat off, only to return to their original positions. A child at the head of the table blew out the candles and the cake presented to him, unintentionally taking his guest with the flames. Several other specters were dancing to the unidentifiable music coming from the organ. None of them pauses in their repeating actions to take notice of the newcomers as they passed on the balcony above them. The trio's carriage takes them away to what looks like a dusty attic. The distinct melody of Here Comes the Bride is playing melody. Several male-looking specters jump out and yell, I do! Before crawling back into hiding. A mannequin displaying... Oh, wait a minute. A mannequin? Is that how you spell mannequin? Mannequin. No, I'm pretty sure... No, this is how you spell mannequin. You got the wrong... Yeah, mannequin. Yeah, I believe you got the wrong... Right? It's a word. Mannequin, let's see. A person who's very small, especially one who's... Okay. Creating model using anatomy is... Oh, okay. So you used the other definition of mannequin because... Oh, okay. I actually didn't know that. Good on you. Alright. Let's see. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Okay, a mannequin displaying an old-fashioned wedding dress sits in plain sight. The three's eyes are drawn to it as a soft thump-thump is heard over the music. Every time the thump-thump is heard, a very slight comes from the place where a heart would be on the dress. The wedding march slowly fades as another, more upbeat tune takes its place, leaving the attic behind them. The three find themselves in a graveyard of sorts. The caretaker stands outside the gates with a shivering dog, too frightened to enter the place where the 3 children had no choice but to go to. The graveyard was a veritable party. There was ghost singing, dancing, playing various instruments, and generally talking and having the time of their afterlives. There were ghosts from all areas and periods of history. There was even a mummy talking to an old wizened ghost. There was too much to see, too much to describe, too much to believe. But what caught the three's attention and held it firm were the 5 singing stoneheads. They were in time to the eerie music that played, seemingly for them. Ah, there you are. The host had returned, scaring the children out of their skins. And just in time, there is a little matter that I forgot to mention. Beware of hitchhiking ghosts! As he said that, 3 ghosts materialized in front of the carriage, coming for a ride. They have selected you to fill our quota, and they'll haunt you until you return. Now, I will raise the safety bar, and a ghost will follow you home. He ended with the most evil laugh yet as the ride came to an end, and the bar, another grammar error right there, holding the 3 lifted. Before they could run completely out of the vehicle, they heard, hurry back, in a low sing-song voice. This caused the 3 to run faster. They blindly stumbled into the night to bump into a tall, thin figure. They looked in the familiar face of Jack Skellington, who had fallen when they collided, and smothered him in sobs and hugs. Lock, shock, barrel, what are you 3 doing? Halloween is almost over. You should be home. Yes, Jack, said the Red Devil boy. Right away, Jack. Cliff chimed in the purple cliff, on which See you there, Jack, finished the green-haired skeleton boy. They all ran home, suddenly agreeing to never speak of this again. Jack looked at them run home. Where is all their candy? Was the only thought to run through his skull. I do. Yes, his actual reputation is red. It's looking at the inside of the rival camp. Yes. Okay. Wait, I want to see this. 3. Where's 3? Oh. Alright. So this is a neat little story. It's not inoffensive. I don't really I guess the mystery kind of comes from the fact of why the Haunted Mansion ride is there in Halloween Town in the first place. I'm guessing the Haunted Mansion kind of appeared out of nowhere and spooked Lock, Shock, and Barrel, and they ran home. And Jack just thought they were trick or treating. It's not a bad story. It's mostly inoffensive. I think the mystery kind of helps it. I don't think mystery would be I think would be the only genre that really fit this story. Mainly because it would either be mystery or it'd be a general story. But the mystery is more subtle here. It's more just implications than anything based on just the last couple, just on this on right here. I give it a 3 out of 5. It's nothing offensive. It's nothing particularly bad. Just a couple grammar errors. That's really all the problems with its story. Nothing really wrong with the story. Nothing wrong with the characters. Nothing wrong with the pacing. Maybe add another 1,000 words. Just them trying to find the ride. But that'd be more wishful thinking. The story is okay without it. I just think this would kind of help the story out a little bit. Just add a couple paragraphs of them, them explaining how they got into, how they found the mansion, the ride, or to kind of help with the mystery a little bit, because it's just this is just way too vague to be classified as a mystery. Then I found nothing wrong with it. So a 3 out of 5. It's an average story. I have nothing bad to say about it, but I have nothing good to say about it either. So, a 3 is where it's going to stay at. This has been Dark Symphony. Oh, wait, I completely forgot. Switch this to Haunted Mansion, because it's Haunted Mansion. There's a Haunted Mansion section. It'd just take a couple seconds. Just switch miscellaneous movies to Haunted Mansion. It won't take that long. And that'd probably be the only fix I would do, and affects those 4 grammar errors. And yeah, that's about it. That's pretty much all I have to say about the story. 3 out of 5 is fine, nothing wrong. The slight mystery at the end of how they got into the mansion is fine. I just wish there was something I wish there was something a little more set up to it. To describe how they found the mansion. Did they anything really? But that's pretty much the story. So this has been Dark Symphony 777, and cut.